All right, Shalom. Call Lawyer Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakah. All right, Shalom, Shalom. We the true Hebrew Israelites who come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, which you know to be America, but we know to be spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Out here to tell you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the biblical descendants of the people written of and by in this book, all right, being the Holy Scriptures. All right, you are indeed Israelites. All right, not so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are bywords that have been placed on you due to your disobedience pursuant to the curses written in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Okay? You have a biblical nationality. All right? You are not a color. All right? The same way, our evil twin brother, okay, Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, he's not white. All right? White and black, those terms. All right, along with all of the terminology used to designate and name creation today was reclassified through the Linnaean classification system. All right, and basically this devil, all right, again, the self-proclaimed white man decided that, he needed to set a new standard on how we classify and name things. All right, and that's when he became white. All right, before that, there were no so-called white or black people, man. Okay, because they're indeed not white, man. They're red. All right, they lack pigmentation, man. You can see the blood through their skin. All right, and ultimately America, as we've already made mention, all right, being synonymous with spiritual Sodom and Egypt, America is the land of your captivity, man. All right, you are captive here. Okay, you're not free. You're still a slave. You're still in bondage, man. All right, and hey, but it's okay, because the Lord, Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, all right, is coming back very soon, man. All right, he's going to crack those skies open, man, and render forth judgment, all right, unto the nations, man. Chiefly Esau Edom, okay, for all the abominations and wickedness that he has done, all right? And then, of course, the other heathen nations, man, okay? Hey, but before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah. Double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well, tell us it's 100% truth. Peace, love, and salutations unto the elect, all right, of the house of David, the Bayath Dawadah, okay, because contrary to popular belief, which the Christian churches teach, all right, everybody is not going to be saved, okay? 2/3 of our people are going to be utterly obliterated, man, all right? It even says in the Apocrypha that many were created in vain, man, right? We can start there, okay? There's two, actually, okay? So I'm going to get 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter, okay? 2nd Esdras chapter 8, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. All right, now, when you read in the Apocrypha, all right, it mentions Esdras, which that was the prophet Ezra, all right, in the common Bible, if you will, man, all right, which these books, all right, in the Apocrypha were also included in the 1611 King James Version Bible, all right. So if you have a King James Version Bible, or even some versions of the Catholic Bible also have the Apocrypha still included today, okay? But because Esau Edom, all right, who is the wicked, these white people are the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man, all right? The devil, the physical counterpart to the spiritual demon Satan, all right? They're the ones that push forth all the iniquity, all right? They're the ones that tell you it's okay to remove your genitalia and then replace it with another, They're the one that push all of these philosophies and wicked, and wicked decrees, man, okay? But nonetheless, the point being what? All right, that's why judgment is coming, okay? That's why, as we just read, man, all right, the prophet Ezra, 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 1, and he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. All right, exactly, man. And why is that? Well, because this world embraces everybody, man. All right? This world under Esau Edom, okay, is all about do what thou wilt. All right? Come as you are. All right? And that's not how the Heavenly Father operates, man. Yahweh, all right, being the name of the Heavenly Father, which means he is or he exists. All right? And Yahweh Shai, who we, made mention, all right, being interpreted as he saves, man. All right, or he delivers. Okay? But this devil, all right, Esau Edom, okay, he tells you in God we trust. He tells you, God hates the sin, but loves the sinner, or however the hell the bullshit goes, man. All right? He tells you everything that's contrary to the Lord, man, and you people soak it up. All right? That's why this world is for many, man. All right? Because this devil could say anything, and you'll just be consumed right in it, man. All right? That's why it says in the book of Psalms that the Most High is not in all of his thoughts, man. All right? This is the guy who you want to follow after. All right? The guy who doesn't care about the Heavenly Father nor his son, man. All right? This is, let me see. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. All right, you see that, man? So he naturally has that, Habakkuk, the second chapter, man. That spirit that's not upright within him, man. Because he's not righteous. He's contrary to everything that is righteous, man. All right, that's why this world is for everybody, man. This world is for many, many, man. All right, especially the world here in the valley of the shadow of death, man. All right, that's why they pushed all that BS American dream, okay, which it's nothing American about it, man. All right, because when you go into the term America, all right, it means bitter, if I recall correctly. Let me just make sure, all right, to make sure I didn't misspeak. All right. Yeah, because, it means bitter. Bablyon is what means confusion, But yeah, man, American dream. That's fine. You literally live in a bitter dream, man. All right? Because at the end of it all, after you've lived lavishly, what's going to come? Destruction, man. You're going to be destroyed for all of the wickedness, man, that you have done. All right? Chiefly because you have touched the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Who is who? Us. All right, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, who are indeed Israelites. All right, look at all the things that they did, man. All right, unto us. And what do they say? Oh, well, that happened a long time ago. Hey, well, that don't matter, man. All right, because Scripture says, hey, prepare slaughter, man, for you. Okay, for you regular Edomites here, man. All right, to the children, man, because of the iniquities of your forefathers, man. Okay, so you're not getting away scot-free, man. That's not how it works, man. All right? But again, establishing the point, man, that's why this world is for many, man. Because you could come as you are. You could listen to your God. All right? Your God here in this kingdom is the white man. All right? He's Esau Edom. He's the one that provides you the standard on how to live a good life. And it's all bullshit, man. All right? That's why it says in Nahum. That's why it says in Nahum, man, that it's all full of robbery and lies, man. Because that's all that this place exemplifies, Let's just grab it, man. All right, woe to the bloody city. And this is a bloody city, man. All right, all they do is push blood, man. Okay? That's all they do, man. All right? That's why they're pushing all these wicked decrees as well, man. All right? They don't want you to have true peace and unity, They want you to have a chaotic measure of unity, Be friends with 3 or 4 people and then hate 12, And you only hate those 12 because they're Democrats or, they're against the alphabet people, And then you hate these people because they might agree with you in this part, but then nah, man. All right? All that is from scriptures, man. Because we're one body, man. We're supposed to be in agreement, man. You can't just, believe that Yahweh Shai is the Savior and then not believe in the mark of the beast, the Charagma, the C-hip, all right? Hey, so you either got to believe it all or you out, man, But the thing is, with all of the standards in this world, Esau has done the opposite, man. He's done it for wickedness, He's done it contrary to how it was meant to be, man, all right? And these people love America, man. This place is nothing but bitterness, man. And everybody is starting to wake up to that fact now. All right? That's why you have all of these other countries coming together and making agreements, man. That normally America would be, pushing or leading, All these different things, man. These countries have had enough, man. All right? Even a lot of people here in this place, man. All right, you got a dude who, what happened? They didn't even cover this on the news. I think it was on maybe, 2 or 3 news outlets, but I say that to say this because, typically when something like this happens, it's all over the news, right? But basically some dude, he drove into the Capitol, one of the Capitol buildings, slammed through the barricade and started shooting people. And hey, it was, it was hard to even get any information on it, man. It's like 2 or 3 articles about it, man. And the reason why they're doing all this and manipulating and all that, all right, is the same reason why the WEF, all right, has 110,000 volunteers to fight so-called that information, that propaganda machine, man. All right, because they're preparing for the New World establishment, man. That New World establishment, all right, is going to get rid of any fiat currencies, is going to introduce a new monetary system, all right, and ultimately all of these things connected with the 5G, 12G, whatever the hell they're gonna have, man, all right, is gonna be connected by way of the Charagma, man, all right, by way of that C-hip, man, okay? Why do you think they came up with this concept of Internet of Things, right? You got sensors in your shoes that tell you how many steps you've walked and all that, all of that, collecting all this data about where you are, what you're doing. All right, all of that, man. It's for that new system. All right? Because this devil wants to track everything, man. Okay? Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. All right? Hey, and all the lies and robbery, man, we've covered half of it. The American dream. All right? The other half of it, forcing all of these nations, via treaties and, strong arming them, man. All right? Which they're obliged, they agree, to all of the money that they get from this harlot, man. From this great whore being America, man. All right? And it makes sense why the great whore, all right, America, okay, would have people that exemplify her very nature. All right? Because that's what these people are, man. They're just whores, They go around and they give themselves over to anybody, man. All right? If you agree with me, you can have me. All right? And then, just like a woman, just like a whore, she'll change her mind and want to go be with this other guy, all right? Because this nigga ain't cook her breakfast well, using it as an analogy. And then she'll go jump to the next one, man. That's the same way with these people. You know what? The hell with him. He didn't agree with what I wanted to do. So now, I want to be with you. You can have me. Let's go into business together, All these people are the same, man. All right? Especially Jake, man. Because Jake is at the bottom. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are at the bottom, man. So you're willing to do anything, You're worse, man. You're willing to do anything, man. All right? To just have as it goes into it, the parable, all right, the rich man, all right, and Lazarus, man. Okay? You're willing to do anything just for some crumbs, It's not even anything substantial that you're getting, man. That's how low you are. All right? That's why we need salvation, man, and it's surely coming, man. All right? It's all full of robbery and lies, this place is, man. Verse 2, Nahum 3 and 2, the noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. All right, the mirth of this place, okay? But also the might, the power of this place. All right? The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Exactly, man. Like we just said, the might, you know. But with that might, and with that death that they spread, all right, they disguise the mirth with it. You know, oh, come be here with them. You know, we're the great country, you know, who goes and pushes democracy so people can have a better life. Meanwhile, you killed a million Afghans, or however many, you know, those you know, heathens and jakes, you know, because jakes were scattered all over the world, man. All right, to the four corners, you know. So there's no way in your right mind that you can actually believe, you know, some of those, you know, who appear to be Ishmaelites, who appear to be, you know, Hamites, or, you know, all of the bloodshed that this devil has done over there in the Middle East, okay? Which when you go into it deeper, all right, it's you know, America the Great, all right, the Great Satan, as they say in Iran, and the small hats, man, the FJs, all right, the Israelis, all right. That's why they don't call themselves Israelites, man, because they know they are not the people of this book, man, all right. That's why they call themselves Jewish, all right, ISH, man, meaning pertaining to, all right. You know, they do the things pertaining to the people, but they are not the people, okay. It's all lies and robbery and BS. But like we just read, man, all right? Hey, there's no end to the corpses, man, because they just go through, wreck and shop everybody, man. All right? And disguise it with that mirth, saying, yeah, just come be with us, man. Look at this great establishment that we have, all right? While he's hiding the sword behind his back that's dripping in blood. You know? That's why Scripture says, since thou was not satisfied with blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right? Esau Edom is going to have a very, 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 very beautiful, long judgment to endure, man. Okay? Hey, because once we receive salvation and the kingdom is established, all right, that 1,000-year captivity for them is going to be like hell, man. All right? It goes into it, man. Let me grab it real quick, you know, and we'll continue. Okay? Well, this says a child living 100 years. Let me see. Yep. The book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 20. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. You see? So that's who's going to be in the kingdom, man. It's not going to be, you know, no more of, you know, Jake dying is stillborn, you know, because that's judgment, you know. For the child shall die 100 years old. You see that? So how can a child die 100 years old? It's meaning long life, man. Longevity of life, you know. Hey, what was one of the curses? You shall have no assurance of your life, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, but when the kingdom is established, when we receive salvation, we're going to have that assurance, man. All right, because that scripture says all Israel is going to be saved. All right, first and foremost, the 144,000 elect men and the great multitude of men, women, and children, the 1/3 of our people, man. All right. Hey, and then the 2/3 shall be regenerated through the loins of the elect. Okay. We'll start at the top, Isaiah 65 and 20. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. You see that? That's what you got to look forward to, Esau Edom. You know? Now, you see in today's standard, if you live to be 100 years old, everybody's so magnified about it, and they exalt you. Oh, you've lived such a great life. Oh, you fought for America in Vietnam. Yeah, the hell with you, man. You know? You're worthless. You're not worth nothing, man. All right? You're just a pawn, another pawn that was meant to save the king, right? On the chessboard, what do you have in the front, man? You have the pawns, okay? The pawns are you peons, man. You people, okay? Hey, who's the king and who's the queen? The king is Esau Edom. The queen is America, Babylon the Great, his harlot, his mistress, you know? And then you got the, what is it? The bishop, the knight, and the rooks, you know? Your left wing and your right wing of that wicked eagle spoken of in 2nd Ezra, the 11th chapter, man. All of your political establishments, all of that, man. And to be more specific, the king, all right, being synonymous with the elites of Esau Edom, okay? And then, those pieces next to them, all right, are the people under them, man. Fighting to maintain the establishment of the elite's order, all right? And then everybody else, that's you pawns, man. You ain't nothing but a pawn. You had no significance anyway, man. But to live and see judgment, to live, uphold this place, through your service to this place, through your agreeance with the whore, all right? Through your agreeance with wickedness in Esau Edom, all right? And then to die, man, or to see judgment, man. That's it. That's the only reason. That's why it goes into it in 2 Peter's, man. About those being reserved, all right? Chiefly the Israelites, of course, all right? Because judgment shall begin at the house of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, all right? First, hey, and what it say? If the righteous shall scarcely be saved, what shall be the end of the wicked? What shall be the end of the unbelievers, man? You have nothing to look forward to, all right? Whereas on the contrary, all right, on the other spectrum, all right, we have everything to look forward to, man. Hey, because scripture says we have an expected end, We have an expected end, man. And that expected end is salvation. Being in our right minds, man. Having the laws written within our inward parts, man. Not going off anymore, all right? Not having to deal with death, Oh, death, where is thy sting, man? The misery of the flesh, the misery of these chains of darkness, But nah, here, hey, you could go rampant, man. That's why we reading in Nahum. You could go rampant, you could commit bloodshed, you could oppress people, you could do anything. As long as you're with the establishment, we'll cover for you. You see? And that's why it says there's no end to their corpses, man. Because it's not only Babylon, and the wars and all. Nah, it trickles all the way down to the people, man. All right, the cops who can murder Jake, for smoking a cigarette in front of a store. The cops who would hey, not even cops, man. They'll kill you for having a hoodie and Skittles. You see? So it goes all the way down, man. That's why there's no end to it, because everybody tied to this establishment pushes that same narrative of death. Why do you think it says, what is it, Isaiah 28? Why do you think it says the same thing to Jake? Your agreement with death, your covenant with death. All right, because you're taken after a covering that's not of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, Isaiah 28 and 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Why? Well, because you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have rejected Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You've rejected righteousness. You've rejected being under the shadow of the Almighty. And what have you done? You have embraced being under the shadow of Esau Edom. Okay? The self-proclaimed, God. All right? The self-proclaimed God of the world. The self-proclaimed God of everything, man. But she's not a God of nothing except for wickedness. So you're in that same stead, man. Again, that's why it says there's no end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses, man. All right? And how do they stumble upon their corpses? They just turn on the TV and listen to a politician, man. You can go on social media and see how they said, everybody needs to mandatorily take the serpent's poison. And then when the Roe versus Wade came out, now it's the government should not have a right to impose what you do to your body. Well, which one is it? See? You caused and pushed for death, all right? When you were saying, this, that, and the third not too long ago, okay? And then now you changed it, Which one is it? And then then it'll go on, and then next thing you know, something else will come up, and they'll say, oh, well, you need to understand, blah, and then they'll push for more death, man, because it's wickedness, all right? All manner of wickedness is death, man. All of it is just nothing. It leads to death, man. Death. Nahum chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. All right, and chiefly who, man? All right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, we are one of the main families. Okay, but Esau Edom still does it to this day, man. All right, in every level, all the way down to so-called human trafficking. That's just the least of it. All right, look at what's happening. What is it? Sri Lanka, I think it is. He's doing the same thing today, man. All right, he was pushing forth certain things, and now Sri Lanka is in chaos. It's been a while since I researched it, but you bros know, how this guy does, man. Pushes for certain policies. He'll do this, he'll do that, and then he'll install a puppet, which the new guy that's their president or whatever the hell they call him, he's part of the WEF as well, man. All right, which the WEF is nothing but a front for the elites. That's all it is, man. All right, that's it. The same way the FBI and all these other establishments, they're nothing but fronts, all right, for the elites also, man, all right? To cover up the wickedness, to maintain some sense of order, but really behind the scenes, we doing all of the stuff that we saying is randomly happening, That's why they have the term order out of chaos, all right? Because they're maintaining the order through the chaos that they cause, okay? That's why we just read, man. It's all full of robbery and lies, man. All of it. It's all full of robbery and lies, man. Okay? Let's continue, though. All right? Because, to bring it back full circle, all right? That's why this world was made for many, Because all the people, they soak it up, man. They believe the order out of chaos agenda, all right? They love the FBI. They love the establishments. Oh, they do good. They protect us. No, they don't, you dummies. That's why all the information has come out within the past few years about how these particular agencies and establishments were in the midst of certain things. The Capitol riot, there was so-and-so there. They had, when they tried to kidnap that governor or in Michigan or somewhere out there, you had the agents in there as well. See? So they all in the mix of it, man. They're the ones that are pushing it. And you'll have these dumb Americans. They'll say, oh, well, they were there to investigate, or they were there, as a what's the term? Undercover agent. If that's the case, why didn't they stop these things, man? They had enough evidence. You got people with guns. You got people, with floor plans. Conspiracy to kidnap a government official. That's enough, right? Of course it is. They showed you plenty of examples before, man. But nah, it's not enough, man. Okay, because they're the ones perpetrating it. All right? And all you people soak it up, man, and love this harlot, this whore. All right? This whore with this stinking, and y'all still love indulging in it, man. All right? That's why the world to come is for few, because it's only the remnant, man. Okay? The remnant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. The remnant of Yasha'Allah, the princes of the power, man. Starting with the 144,000 elect men. Let's continue, though. 2nd Esdras, chapter 8, verse 2. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world, man. All right? On a downward spiral, man, of death and decay. Verse 3, there be many created but few shall be saved. Okay? There's many that were created, man, but there's very few that shall be saved, man. Okay? Very few. All right? But no, what does the world tell you? God loves everybody. All you got to do is call on Cesare and you'll be saved. You know? But that's a lie, man. All right? That's why we just read. It's all full of robbery and lies. It's all BS, man. The bitter dream, the American dream. You know? 2 Esdras 8:3, there be many created, but few shall be saved. Okay? Let's go ahead and go over here to chapter 9. All right? 2 Esdras chapter 9. And I'm going to go straight to the point. Verse 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. You see that? The multitude perished then, which was born in vain. Who was born in vain? 2/3 of our people. All right? Along with all of those heathens who will see judgment, who will see death, you know, by way of thermonuclear destruction, by way of famine, by way of the sword, you know, which the ICBMs are a sword, all right? Also war, you know, the gun, which is the modern day sword. You know, when these people start losing their minds, when they can't afford food, which people can't afford food now, man. All right, how much more 6 months from now, man? 2023 is going to be a hell of a year, man. All right, because all the things that's happening this year is going to vibrate. And we're going to see the pressure of it next year, man. You know, that's how it works, man. It takes time with something so great, you know, the judgments, the destruction, the famine, the sword, with these great things coming, all right, to such a wickedly great place. It takes time, man. You know, it's all orchestrated. You know, pieces, you know, the Lord's up, you know, pieces being moved, you know, angels you know, doing what they've been commanded to do, and, you know, all these different things, man. So it's going to reverberate, man, into 2023, man. All right, and that's when we really about to, you know, 2023 is going to pop off, man. You know? Hey, that's why this year was deemed the year of Yahweh Shem Yahushai turning up. See, the heat is being turned all the way up. All right? And what happens when you turn the heat all the way up? Then fire can be created. You know? So, you know, you bros see it. You know, a stove, you turn the heat all the way up. You put a piece of paper to it, fire, instantly. You see? When it's down, when it's low, you got to keep the paper there for a minute. You got to, you know, let you know what I mean? The heat it's not hot enough. So there's no embers to create, you know, to cause the burn and all that, man. But when it's turned all the way up, then comes the fire, man. You know? Hey, in Lord's will, that's what will happen next year, man. You know, the fire. You know? The destruction of America, man. All right? Hey, we've seen, what are we in? It's only August, right? What are we in? August? It's only August, man. We've seen how much can happen in 8 months. It's August 20th. So-called. 2022. You know? We've seen how much has taken place so far in only a little over half the year. We're only 2 months into the second half of this thing. You see? Let's take that into consideration, man. You know? But yet, at the same, you know, spectrum, you know, the time's speeding up because it's like, damn, it's already August. It's about to be January again. You see? And the Lord's going to turn up the cycle, not pursuant because of January. All these months is BS, man. All right? But pursuant to the cycle of how Yahweh Shem Yahushai is orchestrating those things for us to, you know, see and witness and prophesy against in these times. You see? Because it's all measured according to these times. Right? That's that. Okay? Great judgment, man. Great judgment's coming, man. Okay. Oh, matter of fact, we could go right there. 2 Esdras 9. I was already in it. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? 2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. You see, we just mentioned time. Right? The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Shem Kakudash. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, okay, you see? So that was what was just said, you know? things that happen and the way they are orchestrated are meant for these times, right? The same way we're reading it now. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, you see, the things that were meant to happen in these particular times were told before, man. All right, as with all the other generations, all right, the spirits of the prophets being subject to the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old have prophesied against many countries, kingdoms, all of it, man. You see, it's just different things, okay? Different things, and when I say things, I mean judgments, all right? So I should just say that. Let your yea be yea, nay be nay. Different judgments, different evils, different plagues. You know, they're all orchestrated in different measures, all right? Throughout all the generations and different kingdoms and captivities, you see how the different plagues and judgments have played out for those specific times, all right? But the thing about it is, this time is going to be as no other time, you see? Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, all right? So all those, you know, different measures, okay, that we just read, all right, are going to be orchestrated also here, okay, in the different measures that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has orchestrated them to take place for America, for Babylon the Great, man. You know, that's why it's going to be as no time before, because America, all right, is a culmination of all of the previous wicked kingdoms combined into one, okay? When we touched on it last week. All right, hey, and this thing is repetitive. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but it's being brought out again. What did we go into on how Sodom and Gomorrah was made an example, all right, of how not to live, man? It was made an example of what happens when you commit wicked works and when you're an evildoer, okay? And what has America, Babylon the Great done, man? America, Babylon the Great has taken Sodom and Gomorrah and pumped steroids into it, and that's what you have as America. All right, that's why you have all these pride and alphabet people and you know, the other people who remove parts that the Lord gave them and put other parts on them. Okay. Hey, they're so sick in the fucking head, man. Pardon my French. All right, they're so sick in the head that now they're coming up with terminology to demonize you just if you don't agree with them, man. You see? This place has to be destroyed, man. It's the only way. It's the right way. You know? They're just sick in the head, man. Which shows all manner of demons. Hey, like we read earlier, man. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. All right? The Most High is not in all his thoughts, man. His spirit is not right within him, man. So he does everything contrary, man. All right? Everything that's contrary, man. That's why it was so easy. That's why to this day it's so easy for him to defile. You know? When he messes with children who aren't of age and does, you know, all manner of wicked. Hey, scripture says it's not even, hey, we shouldn't even say the things that are done in the dark, man. Right? Which we don't, you know, because really we don't even have the knowledge, you know, of all the wicked things that they do, man. But even some of those things alone, man, is better left unsaid, man. That's the measure of wickedness that you people follow and embrace and you love, you know. Hey, that's why scripture says he is not plagued like other men. All right, there are no bands in his death, you know, because he could do all these things and you people will still excuse it. What do they say? For the greater good. Well, that's okay, because you all gonna die for the greater good. You see, so it's perfect, man. You know, hey, that's why it says let him be snared in his own devices. Roughly paraphrasing, all of it, even down to your sayings, man, because that's what they say when they push forth their bloodshed and their wickedness. They say, oh yes, people died, children died. It was unfortunate, but it was for the greater good. They fought for your freedoms. And that's okay. Well, guess what? Your death, your destruction, all right, all the things that's coming here to America the Great, all of you people that will die by sword, by famine, by judgments, by just if the Lord decides to give you monkeypox and your brain explodes before you wake up in the morning, all of those things are for the greater good, all right? That is a spiritual fight for the freedom of the owners of the world, man. And who are the true owners of the world? The Israelites. You know, that's why your whole system and empire is crumbling. It's not crumbling because of the fact that, oh, we didn't do a good job monetarily, and the financial system is blah blah, and this is it. The whole financial system was a sham to begin with. It's a great financial system when you think about it. You did a great job, but that's not the reason why it's crumbling, man. It's crumbling because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is done with this place. You served your purpose, all right? You've met the demands. You've checked off every box on the list that you needed to do. All right. The last two boxes is what? The sea hit, man. The Karagma. Okay. And what else? Well, really, I mean, you could tie all that in with Jacob's trouble, but you coming down with a great wrath. That great wrath implemented the Karagma. They're one and the same. So I guess that's the last box you got to check off. Well, that's it, man. That's why scripture says, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Because that's where we at. All you got to do is just check off that box. Which you already, in a technical aspect, you've checked it off, man. You have the technology, all right? You just haven't implemented it, Once it's implemented, it's done. You're done. And that's why he's going to have so much great wrath, man. Okay? That's why. That's why it's going to be off with your head if you don't have this thing. Let's continue. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Exactly, man. Hey, and the thing is, beginning with our elders and apostles, a great millstone on down, the times have already been being measured. They've been consistently being measured, man, for 37, 38 years, man. Starting with our elders and apostles. Okay? And then if you want to go before that, all right, that started with Elder Abba Bivens, man. All right, King Masha, High Priest Aryan, High Priest Yaikwab. Okay? So the times have been being measured, man. All right? Hey, and we're just part of, the fruits of that labor, man. All right? Of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's labor through the prophets of Great Millstone, man. Through the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, man. All right? Which ultimately, Lord's will would mean, Lord's will, that we of the elect, man. All right? The sincere of us, Hey, because as the elders and apostles go into all the time, man, there are those who have crept in unawares in this thing, man. All right? Faking it to make it. You're doing a good job at the moment, all right? But when that heat reaches its height, all right? Once that fire starts, coming, then the spirits will start, going crazy. We'll be able to see, they'll be able to see for themselves, man, that they wasn't cut out for this, man. All right? Because then that faith that they claim to have isn't going to be activated, man. Because they never had it, 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right? Hey, and if you look at the past 3 to 5 years, there have been more uproars of the people in the past few years than you could possibly say has been seen in any other time before, man. All right? Hey, there was riots going on in Spain and Europe and all these different places and all that, man. All right? Now, we do understand, all right, that some or a good portion of these were orchestrated, all right, by, you have certain organizations, the BLM, the Antifa, all, tied to, George S. and these other particular, henchmen that are working on behalf of the elites, right? So we do understand that, but guess what? It says uproars, man. Those are still uproars of the people, okay? It didn't say when you see the honest working people going and rioting. Nah, man, when you begin to see all these different things taking place, then you will understand. Because at the end of the day, it's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that's doing it through Esau Edom. All right? He's the one, man. He's the Lord's sword. All right? The sword was, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right? Hey, what did David, the Psalm of David say, man? Okay? The Psalm of David made mention of it, man. All right? That, where am I at? Psalm 17? Let me just read it verbatim. I felt like I was going to butcher it there. Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay? Yeah, man. Right? It's the Lord does these things, man, through Esau. All right? So that's why he said, hey, look, when you see these things, then you'll understand, man, because I'm doing it through this particular man. Okay? So that way what? Well, the Lord is about division, man. All right? He has to, hey, and how do you dismantle a kingdom? You divide it from within. All right? And that's what's taking place, man. This kingdom is being divided. You know? It's been divided since its creation. You know, that's why you have all these different parties, establishments. That's why you have, when you look, you know, throughout history, you know, certain elites, families, or that were part of the elite establishments, you know, were killed or overtaken and replaced by other, you know, so-called elites, which they all go back to the same tribes, man. All right? But nonetheless, the point is made, man. All right? All these different things, when you look at it, when you think about it, man, I mean, literally the past few years, all these uproars of the people, I mean, I can't think of a documented time where you could go in history and be able to see that that was happening the same way that it's happening today, man. Okay? Which shows this place is through. Okay? All over the place, man. You know? It wasn't just America, you know, Philadelphia burning, New York looted, Manhattan shut down, San Francisco. Nah, man, it was happening all over the world, man. You know, they were doing it in Australia, they were doing it in England, they were doing it Italy, all over the place, man, causing havoc, and they still are to this day. All right, but now you have it even on an escalated level, okay? Because what did it start with? It started with the BLM thing and the Antifa thing and the blah, 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 you know? And now it's all those alphabet people, you know? Now we're going to go in front of the Supreme Court building and tell you how we have been oppressed, you know? Don't make no damn sense, man. You ain't oppressed. You just wicked as all hell, all right? And because America the Great has pushed forth this wicked ideology and mindset of that do thou wilt spirit and come to us and we'll give you whatever you need and all that BS, you know, just maintain the wickedness. Because America, Babylon the Great has pushed forth this ideology and narrative, that's why you people are so willing to go to them, man, and demand these things, all right? And your wickedness is approved and it's esteemed as bravery. This was courageous for you to speak up and say these things. No, it wasn't, man. Okay? To hell with you and your wickedness, man. All right? And to hell is where you will go. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. You see that? Let's read it again, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. All right, and when it says my land, it's not talking about over there, man. Okay? It says, and shall see my salvation in my land, the people, and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. You see? So it's not literally talking about land. It's not literally talking about a border of a place. Nah, it's talking about the people, man. The children of Israel. All right? It says it plain, man. All right? For I have sanctified them. You see? That's multiple there. All right? The Lord doesn't have multiple lands, you know, that he loves, that he cherishes. You know, the Lord doesn't have multiple borders. All right, it's an analogy, a dark saying. All right, the children of Israel, the Israelites. All right, that's his borders, that's his land, his people, wherever they are. You know. Hey, and again, verse 7 to establish a point. Not everybody is going to be saved. Why? And shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. See, these people don't have works. Okay, these people don't even have faith, because if they had faith, they will do the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, man. All right, and one of those things is to come out unto the highways and hedges and bid them to the marriage, man. All right. Hey, and you can't have faith. Okay. Ultimately, if you're not an Israelite, right? And even to go a step further than that, okay, you can't have faith and the faith which we are speaking of, right? Because people have faith in their NBA team that they're gonna win the championship. You know, they believe and hope in that more than they do the Lord. You know, but we're talking about the faith of the Bible. All right, these people don't have the faith of the Bible, the righteous faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, the spiritual faith, man. They don't have it. It's non-existent, man, because they're not Israelites. All right, they abhor the Lord and His Son. You know, they hate the Lord and His Son, man. All right, they reject Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. They hate all of the righteous ways, man. That's why it's not only Esau, Edom, all right, that mocks us, that hates when we're out here prophesying. It's also these other heathen nations, man. All right, that's why those Edomites, you know, those Moabites, those Ammonites, they're worse. They are worse in the aspect of blatant disgust for Jake. You know, I had when I was working at this one job, it was this Moabite or Ammonite, one of them, but hey, she walked out of the job because of Jake had got hired, man. You know? And what happened? They let go of the Jake because this Moabite or Ammonite, this dog, all right, was scared. She was fearful. I'm uncomfortable. It was just a regular Jake. Jake was like 6'2". You know, he was built, nice size, you know. He just coming to work. Dude was coming to work on computers, you know, literally. Literally, man. And she was uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Oh. Yeah, fuck y'all, man. You know, pardon my French. Pardon the rude speech, man. You know? They're just vile, man. All of them. You know? So, hey, you know, you're going to get what's coming to you. All right? Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Exactly, man. Hey, have we not been casted? All right? Hey, we were placed at the bottom, man, and kept there. You know, every single one of these heathen nations, hey, they put us in the pit, America, you know, and what did they do? They kicked us, you know, so that way we will stay down in this place, man. That's why you can't go to any other nation and be successful, man. You know? Hey, it was this one Eve, she moved to Germany, and I think it was on TikTok or some social media, and she had certain foods, like certain cereals, Pop-Tarts, you know, yada, yada, yada. She was basically saying, I eat all of the same junk that I was eating in America, but I've lost like 17 pounds. And she was basically going into how all of the poison that's here in America and all of our foods is banned in all these other areas, you know? But at the end of the day, if you looked at the state that she was in there, you would have thought she was just living in America. It looked just like a regular nigga's house, you know? You ain't doing any better, you know? You can't escape those curses, man. That's the point of it. All right? So, yeah, man, they've all cast us to the side, man. They've all laughed and hissed and clapped their hands at us, man. All right. Meanwhile, they've all had their part in joining with Esau Edom and creating all of these measures that prevents us from even being, you know, anywhere close to having some measure of stature in this place, man. You know, what's to hell with having it, you know. But, you know, you do have certain instances where that's not the case, all right? But guess what? You can't have a mind of your own, right? Like, I think the Secretary of Defense is a Jake, tall Jake too, you know, nice size. I'm pretty sure it's the Secretary of Defense, you know. And they got a Jake. Why? Hey, because Jake will do anything for massa. You see? So yeah, man. You know, sir, there are exclusions to the rules. There are exclusions to the rules, man. All right? And those exclusions are, listen, we can make you great. We can make you rich. We can make you this. We can make you that. You just can't have a mind of your own, man. All right? You have to take on Esau's mind. Okay? You have to take on his interests, his ideologies, his philosophies. All right? That's why when you go into it, all right, like that defense secretary or wherever, he's had the serpent's poison. He's had the boosters, you know. He believes in alphabet rights. He believes in so-and-so rights, you know. And he might not even technically believe in it, but he doesn't stand up against it. So therefore, you're in agreement. You believe in it, you know. All right? You can't say you are not in agreement with something and don't combat it, you know. You agree at that point, man. You right in agreement, man. All right? Whereas us, what do? Okay? We spiritually combat this place and pull this place down, man. Okay? Because we are not in agreement wholeheartedly, man. All right? Can't just go around, yeah, I don't agree with it, but you're not doing nothing about it. You do agree with it, man. You know? Have that nonchalant attitude, you know? Oh, well, that doesn't affect me. They can just live their life. No, that's wicked as all hell, man. All right? Because if he came around your daughters or your sons or anything like that, all right, and perpetrated that on your, you know, what would you do? They would say the same thing, man. Oh, well, that's my son's life, my daughter's life. You see? This is hypocrites, man. All right? It's hypocrites. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. You see that? So you've had your moments, man. You know, you're the Secretary of Defense. Look at you, you know, making 100-something thousand. You know, you got access to all of Esau's military might and power. You know, you can, yeah, they'll probably give you the green light to access his black books and do, you know, different things. All right? But as soon as they hear you speak contrary to anything about him or his kingdom or his great whore, it's over, man. All right, they send the ass to one of those CIA black sites in the middle of you know, Uganda or something crazy, man. Uzbekistan, you know. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 11, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. You see? Hey, and to kind of get on this guy, man. All right, this Secretary of Defense guy, you don't think that he don't know about the Israelites, man? He's the Secretary of Defense of the great whore of the United States of America. He knows, man. And guess what? Hey, we don't know, you know, for certain, because there are certain nobles, right? There are certain things that, you know, have to be done. You know, he could have said he got the serpent's poison and actually did it. You know, he could be doing certain things, you know, secretly, you know, giving alms or, you know, we don't really know. Right? You know, you got to be wise sometimes, man. You know? Hey, but at the end of the day, most of these people have done it, man. All right? They have loathed the law. All right? And as it says, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, man. All right? Probably looking at the videos like, I don't understand how these guys can say these things. Well, look around, man. You know, look at the history. You know, just go into it. If you spent a few hours just going into it, it wouldn't be hard to understand, man. All right, if you could spend the last 20 years of America's history and all of the wicked things that they have perpetrated throughout all the world, man. If that's not enough to convince you, you're through, man. All right, you're so far down in Babylon's, you know what, man? You're so far down in her spot, man. You know, ain't no way for you to get out, man, except through death. All right, let's continue. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain. You see, hey, jumped ahead of myself, man. You know, but hey, that's the point. Verse 13, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. You see that? So we not worried, man. All right, in any way, shape, or form, we not worried because we know you're gonna get it, man. All right, we know you're gonna get it. This is bear with me. This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Exactly, man. Like we kind of mentioned earlier, you know, in God we trust. You know, God doesn't hate you. He hates the sin. You know, he loves you, you know, and all this other wickedness, man. All right? All these different things, you know. You're taking that in your mouth, man. All right? But why? You know, you're the worst of them all. All right? You violate every single law that I have put into effect. And then you want to go around acting like you're a minister for me. You know? That's how this devil does, man. Verse 17, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him and hast been partaker with adulterers. Right, like we kind of made mention earlier. All right, you can do certain things. You can be great in this place. But you have to have his mind. You have to agree with his establishment. You have to do the things that he says. All right. And if you do those things, he'll consent with you. All right. If you do those things, he'll make sure you're okay. Don't worry. We got it covered, you know, like those people in those establishments do, you know, the FBI, the CIA, you know, what do they be saying? They do it all the times in the movies. We'll take it from here, right? Well, don't worry, we're gonna take it from here, all right? And that either means one of two things: you effed up all the way bad, and you better disappear because they send in the hit squad, or two, you're with them, you know? You have been with them. You have shown your loyalty to the great harlot, all right? The great wicked kingdom America. We are proud of your service. We'll take it from here. Don't you worry, all right? You'll receive a phone call. A nondescript vehicle will be parked outside. The keys will be right above the left tire. There'll be $150,000 in the trunk, 3 new passports. You can disappear to the Maldives, you know? And however else they do it, man. Verse 18, Psalms chapter 50, verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. You see, like we had started earlier, it's all full of robbery and lies, man. All right? They frame deceit, man. All right? That's why it says in Job that they are forgers of lies, because they frame it, man. Literally, both figuratively and literally, man. All right? What does a frame remind you of? A picture. Okay? They frame deceit. They literally idolize. They provide you all these great pictures of lasciviousness, of wickedness, of great riches, spiritual and sexual immorality, and they frame it, man. And they tell you this is the standard. This is the way that you should be. You know, that do what thou wilt spirit. You know, this is how he attained this great knowledge. This is why he is such a great man. Look at all the things he was able to accomplish. And they'll frame you in their hall of fame. Really hall of shame, man. All right, shameful. It's shameful. Okay. All right, and they frame it verbally, man. Okay. They put it out there. That's why it says, "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit." See, they exalt these men. That's why I said literally and figuratively. You know, because it's not like a literal frame, but by the things that they say, man, by the ideologies, the activists that they push and put on a pedestal and all that, man. All right, they frame it, man. They let you, they tell you how it is, man. That's why. What is it? I just saw it before camp. What's that little girl, man? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Bear with me. Greta Thunberg, that Swedish environmental activist or whatever. She, you know, the little girl. But I know you bros know who I'm talking about. But you know, because she's been going on and on about climate change and blah blah blah, and you know, we need to do this, we need to do that. Man, shut the hell up, man. All right. The only way that things are gonna be fixed in this place, all right, being the world, is when you people are destroyed. That's it. That's it. Done deal. All right. Let's just keep it plain and simple. All right. That's why they're going on and on about all this nonsense, CO2 emissions, and the earth is warming and yada, yada, yada. And it just came out, all right, talking about framing deceit. It just came out. The Daily Mail article literally had it on how the United Nations papers leaked reports that they forced the guy to hide the fact that the earth hasn't warmed up in like 20 years or something like that, you know? Let me see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. You know, Esau and his algorithms, he does a great job to hide things as soon as they come out. Yep, here it is. So this was September 19th, 2013. All right, now mind you, this whole climate nonsense and all that has been going on, you know, for some time now. All right. So the world's top climate scientists told to cover up the fact that the Earth's temperature hasn't risen for the last 15 years. Leaked United Nations report reveals the world's temperature hasn't risen for the last 15 years. Politicians have raised concerns about the final draft, fears that the findings will encourage deniers of man-made climate change. You see? He frames it, man. All right? Because all of this nonsense about climate change and all you effing morons out there, man, who soak up all of Esau's vain ideologies and lies and BS, man, all right? All you idiots don't realize that it's all man-made. It's all, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, man. All right? So what's the wicked gonna do? He's gonna do wicked things. He's gonna say wicked things. He's gonna provide you wicked things. Okay? Nahum, it's all full of robbery and lies, baby. That's it. Just robbery and lies, man. All right? All this CO2 and climate, blah, blah, is for what, man? It's for the new world establishment, the charagma, all right? As prophesied in the book of Revelations, all right? In the Bible, which is a prophetic book, okay? The only book that has been accurate from the beginning of time, all right, that has foretold events before they took place, okay? And you peons listen to what's your sign and Neil deGrasse, you know? It's just morons, man. That's why you all gotta go, man. Because you serve no beneficial significance to the overall picture. You're just a peon, man. You just meant to lie. You know, dude, you just meant to carry on the baton that Esau has handed you. You know, you're nothing but a jester in Esau's court. You're meant to entertain. All right, that's it. The king tells you to entertain, so you entertain. Okay, you tell people that climate change is real because your master said so. All right, and if you don't, we'll expose the fact that you did this to, you know, a 10-year-old, or, you know, the fact that you know, they'll humiliate you, man. All right? Or they'll just get rid of you, man, and replace you with somebody else, as they do a lot of times in the music industry. All right? And we're not going to go there, man. Okay? Because the music industry is a very high left-hand vibrational tool. Okay? Hey, but through the spirit, man, you know, we're not under that those chants, you know. But all this nonsense, man, is just meant to push towards the charagma. That's it, man. You know. That's why if you see what's going on in China, that's just a small example of what's gonna take place here. That whole social credit system. All right, it's just a small example. Okay. Because as it says in Revelations, what? Hey, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, man. Okay? Unless you got it, man. Unless you take that, you know, that mark, that physical mark, you know, that cutting of the flesh, charagma, that C-hip, that RFID C-hip. All right? That's what it's all going to, man. It's all lies, man. That's why I says he frameth deceit. Right? All this stuff going on with the C-19. You see the CDC just said that the people who don't have the serpent's poison and the people that do have the serpent's poison are basically the same. You don't have to wear your muzzle anymore. You don't have to do this because the science has changed. We now know that yada, 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 or whatever, man. All the lies, which we know that the C-19 was engineered through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and all these different so-called variations was Esau being a mad scientist trying to formulate different variations for different regions. That's what he was doing, man. All right? A lot of information has come out about that as well. That's why it was all these... I read it, I was like, damn, that makes sense. Because, you know, when it was happening, you know, vainly speaking as a man, you're like, man, no way, it's a new... You know, you just had one last week, you know? The Ami, you know, whatever... BA.2, you know, and then 3 months later it's the Ami BA.725. You know what I mean? It was like but then when the Lord reveals it, it's like, damn, it makes sense, man. This guy was a mad scientist, engineering and splicing and doing all these different things and releasing certain in different regions, man, because he had to see how he was going to implement the big one, you know. This was just a precursor, man. Why do you think now they're reverting all of the things, you know, that they said? No, you have to do this. You have to wear your muzzle. You have to have a air purifier and ventilator. You got to do this. Oh no, if you don't have the serpent's poison, you can't be around those who have the serpent's poison. If you have the serpent's poison, you're never gonna get the C-19 again. You know. Oh, well, we never said that. No, in reality, it's meant to stop transmission. Oh, no, we never said it. It's meant to reduce the symptoms even though they're mild. You see, it's always something new. It's all BS, man. And you people soaked it up. And now that's why you have all these people that are demonizing. They're still demonizing to this day. You see, they've been passed the baton by Esau. Now they get to carry on his works. See, just the pawns. You see? And what happens on the chessboard? The pawns sacrifice themselves. For what? For the greater good of the king and the queen. For the greater good of the elites of Esau and the great harlot, man. You see? And they do it today. They sacrifice. It was this one Edomite, to kind of just touch on it real quick. It was this one Edomite. She was going all into it on social media. You know, she was like, I demand an apology from, you know, the company who fired my husband from his remote job because he didn't get the thing,
but he was working from home, and he would be willing to take tests before meetings, even though he was working from home, but they still fired him, and blah, blah. I demand an apology. I demand an apology from my friends who didn't let us come to the cabin that we have when all of our families come together and vacation. I demand all these different things, right? Which shows, Esau just frames the sea. It's his tongue just spews anything out, man. And then you have all these people under, all the pawns who sacrifice themselves. Oh no, they don't owe you anything. They were doing what was right at that time to ensure their safety. So let's get this right. Everything that you've been told was a lie. But even though it was a lie at that time, they were doing what they thought was right, even though it was all based off a lie. This whole society, that's how this society is, man. That's what America, Babylon the Great is, man. That mindset, that's literally it, man. It's all a lie, but you're doing what's in your best interest based on the lie that I just told you. So here, accept this treaty, accept the money, accept the riches. It's okay, because you'll be taken care of, right? That's what they do. It's the same thing all over the place, man. It's baffling. But that's the point. Let's continue. All right? That's the point. Psalms chapter 50, verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit, man. See, hey, he's diabolical, man. And man. Hey, because we're no longer under that spell, man. We no longer believe in all that nonsense, man. The Lord has woken us up to the truth, man. Man. Now we know. All right? Hey, that's why we're able to come out diligently, man. That's why we're able to continue to overcome, this spiritual battles, man. All right? Hey, it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Wali Yahweh Shem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash, for his grace and mercy, man. And for the Rakah HaKodash, man, for continuing to give us the spirit to move on, man. For giving us that oil, man, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because when you understand something, when you understand something, you're okay with certain things, right? You might not be okay with the situation, or the way that it happened, but understanding why it happened, you can deal with it, right? You can process it, right? What they say, like closure, right? Somebody dies, and they'll be like, oh my God, why? I just don't understand. He was just such a great person. Not understanding his judgment, ultimately. But when they find out more details about why it happened, like, oh, well, he was going to go sell drugs, or he was going to go buy drugs, and he tried to take the drugs instead of paying for the drugs, right? Then it's like, I understand. I'm not okay with it. Why did he have to do that? But he didn't have to shoot them, right? But with those, understanding why, you're able to cope. You're able to deal with it, man. And with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, through the Rakah Kodash, we're able to understand. We can process it. We're like, damn, okay. Fuck, we're here. We're in the worst kingdom of all time that has ever existed. But I can deal with it. I have the tools to be able to deal with it. Let's continue. Psalms chapter 50, verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. And who's that, man? That's us, right? The Israelites. Okay, they do it all the time, man. That's why you'll have an Edomite guy. He'll murder his whole family, and the news article will read, lawyer of 4 beautiful children commits suicide and murders family, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and then it'll be Jake. Jake will Jacob run from the police because he got 2 ounces of weed in his car, and you know, crash his car into 2 other cars, and it'll be thug, drug trafficker demolishes 3 vehicles, and you know, something crazy, man. You know, just an example. You know, we know it's worse than that. It actually, you can read Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, if I recall correctly. Let me just grab it real quick. All right, that's just a low level example, okay? But Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, really the whole chapter. All right, you can read that, you know, for yourselves. You know, it's a nice 30 verses or so, 20 verses or so. All right, but that gives you an idea. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. All right, and one of the you know, one of the parts, it says that, I'm gonna just grab the main part real quick through the Spirit, just to grab it, you know. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy the transgressings of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We different. Even Esau knows, man. All right. Verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is his father. This is the point. Verse 17 through 19. Verse 17 through 20. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. You see? The same thing the spiritual demons did to Yahushai, man. All right? And what Yahushai say? Man, get the hell out of here, man. You know, you don't got no control around here, man. You know? You was meant to, you know, come do and offer. Yeah, that's cool, man. You know? But there's something greater going on, man. Okay? Verse 19, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Well, we want to see if you really, you know, patient, if you really believe, if you really the Israelites, you know. That's why you have in the book of Maccabees, man, the 7th chapter and 2nd Maccabees, all right, the 7 sons, you know. Hey, because that's going to be happening even in this day, man, and greater, worse things than that, man. Okay, verse 20, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. You see? So that's how prideful this guy is, man. All right, and it's not our own saying. You know, it's the words of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Does it not say that precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints? And you see how this devil does? You know, because we believe, we embrace, we have faith in our power, man. All right, but you didn't, you loser. All right, you scumbag. All right, you didn't have faith, you didn't believe. Okay, you got rid of your birthright. Now look at all the things you're doing, scrambling, trying to get it back. You bum. Okay, you the real bum. Use the nigga. All right, let's continue. So that's to give an example. All right, of verse 20 in Psalms the 50th chapter, the 20th verse. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Verse 21, these things hast thou done. You see, examine him with despitefulness and torture. All right, let's prove his patience. All right, verse 21. Psalm chapter 50 verse 21, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. You see, you thought that the Lord was with you, all right? But that's not how it works, man. The reason why these things happen, okay? We'll go ahead and grab it in Baruch. This is why these things happen, man. This is why you were given the power to do what you have done, okay? This is Baruch. Chapter 4. Verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. You see? So it's not you that did it, Esau. It's the Lord that did it, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. All right? It's the Lord that allowed these things to happen, man, that put these pieces in place, man. All right? It's the Lord that made you wiser than Daniel. All right? It's the spiritual demon, Satan, all right, who gave you these things because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai allowed it to take place, man. Okay? Verse 26, my delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Verse 27, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. You see, so Esau, it's not you, my man. All right? You just a pawn. You see that? It all comes full circle. See how you're doing all these different things and you're using your pawns, you know, you elites, all right, to further your narrative, right? Well, guess what? You're just a pawn to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see? You're just a pawn. You're going to end up sacrificing yourself, man. The snake eating its own tail. You see? Through what? Through the devices, man. You know? Those ICBM missiles, the things that you thought was meant to be a deterrent and show your great pride and all that. That's what's going to consume you. All those bunkers that you created that you thought was going to be for you to reestablish, right? What did it say? Let me grab it. Let me grab it. This what you thought, Esau? Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. That was your mindset. You know, we're gonna make these bunkers. You know, once the destruction, you know, the nuclear yada yada, we're gonna go back and rebuild the place. We did it already. We did it with Greek. We did it with Rome. We did it with yada yada yada. Yeah, we gonna do it again. Yeah. Nah, man. No. What did he say? The Lord's gonna throw down, man. You're not gonna be able to build anything up, man. All right. There's another one. Let me grab it. Bear with me. I was thinking about Malachi 4:1. I'll just grab it. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And then going back to the first chapter, verse 3, they're going to try to rebuild the desolate places. I had them confused, Salakia. I had them mixed. But nonetheless, the point was made, man. All right? Malachi 1 and 3, man. You're not going to go back and build desolate places. And then, as we just read in the 4th chapter, it's nothing going to be left for you to rebuild, man. All right? It's going to be all stubble, man. All right? What it say in Isaiah? That the smoke shall rise for generations? Let me grab it. Isaiah 34 and actually, I have to get this whole chapter. Gots to do it, my boy. What they say now in the world, some stupid ass saying. Gots to see it through, my boy. That's what they say. Yep. Hey, well, the Lord's gonna see it through. This was gonna happen. Isaiah 34, starting at verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Exactly, man. All right, the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat. Okay? Hey, when they, battling against each other, and what the scriptures say in the Apocrypha, all right? When they see Yahushai, they gonna be scared as all hell, all right? Like some damn woman. But it says, yet durst fight. The Lord's gonna put the spirit in them, all right? To still wanna, and they're gonna be obliterated, man. All right? That's what you got to look forward to, man. Your power, being your armies, what you think in some way, shape, or form makes you a threat, Because that's power, But you don't have no power like the Lord of hosts, man. Okay? I think I just saw, all right? Verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon you, Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys and rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Okay? And what's Idumea? Well, Idumea today is America, man. Okay? Idumea just being synonymous with Esau, Edom. Right? Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. All right? Basra being ancient, being synonymous in the ancient days of modern day America. Okay? Verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. You see, because you have a great punishment to pay, man. All right? Verse 9, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. You see that? So that's what's gonna take place, man. So again, it's not you that's doing anything, man. All right, it's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that's allowing all these things to take place, man. All right, that's allowing these events to occur. You know. Back in Baruch chapter 4, verse 27, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. You see that? All these things that's taking place, your kingdom falling, everything, man. All right, all of it. That's why they're witches and warlocks and all the. That's why they going crazy with all these rituals, man. All right. That's why they're becoming a bit more inclusive with events that they're having. You know, like now you'll see, you know, you'll see a regular gamer, you know, linking up with Drake and doing this. You know, you got so and so now getting access to, yeah. They're trying to get that mirth back, man. They're doing everything in their power, you know, to get it back lively again. You know, it's not gonna happen, man. It's through. This place is done, man. Okay. Verse 30, take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. All right? And we already being comforted now, man. All right, why? Well, because though we reside in the valley of the shadow of death, we are no longer those bones that dwell in the valley of the shadow of death, man. You see, we've been taken out of that, man. We're no longer dry bones, you know? Now we're lively stones, man. You see? So yeah, for the time being, we're still, you know, in it. All right? We're still here. America's that valley. You know? But we're not in it. Okay? Hey, that's why it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon. All right? You can't literally leave Babylon. Hell, you can't even get a damn passport. You know? Where are you going to go? You know? You don't have the money to go and move. Nah, man. That takes finances and resources. You know? You have to be spiritually removed out of this place, man. The Lord has to do it, man. You know? Hey, so we, you know, and that's the beautiful part about it. You know, the Lord is already comforting, you know, doing certain things in certain measures. All right? But we won't receive the fullest measure until salvation takes place, man. Until we're in the kingdom. Okay? Baruch chapter 4, verse 31, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. And we touched on that a little bit earlier, man. All right? Because all these, you know, nations and all these different people that have played a part or, you know, or expressed their hatred, whatever the case is, man, all the things that they have done, man. Guess what? Look at them now. You know, we've been at the bottom. It's easy for us to keep going. It's easy for us to have to make adjustments, you know? But look at them, man. All right? These people are falling apart now. Okay? Especially here in America. Chiefly here in America, man. All right? Great melting pot, man. All these different people, man, they're falling apart, man. All right, you got these big corporations. You got Apple and Google and so. You got all these people that, you know, they're telling them, hey, you know, if you don't increase your production, if you don't do this, hey, we're getting rid of your ass, man. All right? Hey, and who's predominantly in a lot of these technology and all that, man? These heathens, man. All right? These heathens, man. That's why when you call, who do you get, man? You get a damn Elamite. You know, thank you for calling the mobile, blah, blah, blah. You know, you get one of them heathens, man. You know, because they gave them all, hey, come over here, you know, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, we'll, you know, blah, sponsorship program, yeah. That's why they majority take, hey, who's the damn CEO of Google? It's some Elamite dude, man. You know, or whatever the hell he is, man. Pachai or something like that, man. You know? But yeah, they've all played a part, man. But now look at them, man. They're falling apart. The corporations are doing bad. You know, the S&P 500, I think is what the hell it's called, the stocks and all that. If you look at all the big companies, they all are red, man. All of them red. You know, matter of fact, I think I got it. Is it on this phone? Let me see. Let me see. Slovakia, it's not on this phone. I think it's on that phone. I got the Robinhood app. You can like invest in, you know, certain things, and you look at all the recommendations. They all down, man, all red, just like you, Esau. You just down. Oh man, all red, man, all negative. You know, all on a downhill spiral, man, just like you, Esau. You know, the red man himself. Oh man, y'all miserable, man. You know, y'all falling apart, man. All right, hey, and that goes back to what I said. That's why you got all these different celebrities and, you know, these organizations, and now they're trying to do all these different things, you know, to get the merge, to get the money, you know, to keep it going. Because it's done, man. Nobody cares about this place anymore, man. You know? Baruch chapter 4, verse 32. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. This whole place, man. America's through stew, man. You know? Nobody wants to get no American dream here, man. All right? That's why people are leaving this place. You know? Hey, you got, who was it? The elder Malcolm, I think he just did the, posted the lesson. I didn't get to watch it yet. About the Edomites who flee the U.S. because of inflation will experience death at the hand of Issachar, going down to Mexico, man. You know? Hey, Issachar don't be playing no games down there, man. You know? They some real, you know, them cartel boys, man. It's different, man. You know? But, yeah, man, but it's the point, man. You know, the point is made, man. They're all miserable, man. That's why they leaving and trying to go down there, man. But guess what? You can't escape the judgment, Esau, Edom. You can't escape the sword. All right? There's nothing that you can do to escape that judgment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. All right? Let's continue. Baruch chapter 4, verse 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. Right? So all that same energy you had, you know, as they say in the world, you keep that same energy, you know. Hey, you rejoice, you were so happy. All right, well, hey, that same energy is going to be placed on you by way of grief, man, because this place is done, right? The point, it's done, man, you know. Baruch chapter 4, hey, and just like a dog, man, you see, America the Great, a whore. You know, nothing but a female dog, man. All right, just barking, thinking that you something, man. Well, guess what? Now you're going to be put down, man. You see? Baruch chapter 4, verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away, they come gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Exactly, man. We were scattered to the four corners, man. All right, but that scripture says, hey, the two sticks shall become one. All right, the northern and southern kingdoms coming back together, man. All right, hey, and you've seen that starting with our apostles and elders, man. All right, starting with Elder Abba Bivens, man. All right, that separation from, what was it, the Oath Keepers. All right, hey, and then the spirit from there, man, bang, you know, coming together, man. You know, so hey, man, hey, this place is through, man. You know. Hey, that's why this year, as we may mention earlier, this year was deemed as the year of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, turning up, man. All right? And like we said, man, you know, through the Spirit, you got to keep turning up the heat. And once you get to a certain level, then you can get that fire, man. You know? So, hey, Lord's will, oh, that's the spirit, man, because it's 144 right now. All right? But, hey, Lord's will, you've been edified. All right? In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. All right? Double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well and tell us this 100% truth. Peace, love, and salutations unto the elect, man. All right? Unto the Bayath Dawadah, man, the house of David. All right? Lord's will, we're of that number, man. Starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, man. All right? Unto you that be likened unto the speckled birds scattered to the four corners speaking in different tongues. Unto you and until next time we say, Shalom.